It's out of control. Instead of dealing with this discipline on campuses, you just write them tickets, send them to court, and give them a criminal record. It's wrong, it's abusive, and I oppose it.
Zero tolerance has led to thousands upon thousands of arrests. In one Florida school district, as many as 7 students are moved from classroom to courtroom every school day.
Good luck in the game, man. Thank you. Be good.
School officials say they are caught in a balancing act between ensuring school safety and giving students who might deserve it a break.
Should zero-tolerance penalties be phased out? And are schools doing enough to discipline students before those students are forced to go before a judge?
Well, I'll tell you, I was just in Lisbon a couple weeks ago and had an opportunity to talk to all of the folks involved in the Portuguese drug policy. And it was really interesting because what they're doing is that when the police stop people for drug possession or in one way or another, what they're doing is they're not dealing with it through the criminal justice system. They're basically sending them to an advisory board that lies outside the criminal justice system. And that board has no legal powers to coerce people into treatment, to coerce them into jail. It does not drug test people. What it basically aims to do is to enhance people's consciousness around what they're actually doing by taking drugs and to try to provide them with the services that they might need to try to stop using drugs or get control of their drug use. And the interesting thing is that here you have an approach that seems soft-minded or soft-headed in every respect, yet in fact the results in Portugal are demonstrably positive. That in
At Drug Policy Alliance, we urge youth to stay clear of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs, but we know that many of them will experiment with substance use no matter what the adults in their lives say or do. So the question we must ask ourselves as parents, as teachers, as community leaders is, what can we do to ensure that youth who do experiment with drugs don't get hurt, don't get caught up in the criminal justice system, don't contract life-threatening diseases, or even die? The Drug Policy Alliance advocates for what we call reality-based drug education. It treats young people with respect and acknowledges that some level of teen drug use is inevitable, no matter what we want to believe.
Smoking pot with my friends was just like watching TV for me. It was just normal. The DARE program made it seem like smoking pot was a horrible thing to do, but when I saw my friends do it, they were having a blast, so I joined in.
Young people who are engaged in risky behavior, like drug selling or illicit drug taking, need love, support, information, education, and guidance, not arrest and jail cells. The Drug Policy Alliance supports replacing failed zero-tolerance policies with honest, reality-based education and programs to assist students. Basics like don't mix alcohol with opioids, like OxyContin or heroin. It can cause a fatal overdose. We could actually be saving lives if we let young people know these basic facts about drug use. How many people in this room are aware that overdose is the #1 cause of accidental death in California? Raise your hand if you knew that. Yeah, it's not guns and it's not automobiles. Overdose is the #1 cause of accidental death in California. And yet our state won't invest 1 penny in overdose prevention.
Number one thing is basically to break the taboo on really open and honest dialogue about all drug policy options, including legalization. Unfortunately, it's not yet penetrated the Congress, it's not quite penetrating the state legislatures. More and more people think it, but not enough people are saying it. And it's breaking that taboo, putting that debate out there, that's ultimately going to transform the consciousness of the American public around this issue.
Los Angeles Unified School District, which is one of the largest school districts in the country, has decided to reform its zero tolerance policies. And the reason why they're doing this is because they're realizing that, hey, you know what? We're really contributing to this school to prison pipeline. We're criminalizing these kids, and it's not helping them or their future. So under the previous policies, students would face arrest or citations for nonviolent violations, including possessing alcohol or marijuana on campus. Now, such students will be sent to the principal's office or be given mandatory counseling.